Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we are going to take a closer look at our Poseidon drone. So you've seen some of the videos and the build up to us bringing in the stock. Right now though, we've got one of the new 2.0 versions of the Poseidon drone, and you know, let me start to open this bad boy. A bit of an unboxing for you today. So this is how the drone will come. We'll open this up. So you've got your charger, your drone unit, your remote control. Behind the remote control, we've got the phone and tablet mount. You've got your 4 carbon fiber props, your charging cables. This is your cable for being able to pull some of the data out of your drone later on. In this package here, you've got a small lanyard, you've got your remote battery charger, and all sorts of gizmos and gadgets, and we'll get further into that at a later date. But I just wanted to show you kind of what to expect when you open up your Poseidon drone. Here's your battery, and today, like, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to charge your batteries, and then we're going to jump in the car, shoot down to the beach, and we're going to show you guys how to do calibration. We've got 2 processes that we think are the best and most simple ways to calibrate this drone. We're going to do calibration, and then we're going to talk about some of the water testing and have a look at the app and how that functions with this drone. So 2.0, like I was saying earlier, how do you know you've got the Poseidon 2.0? This bad boy right here, the red sticker. Okay, now the drone that I had previously been doing all of our testing on was the prototype, and so you'll see that it had the original blue sticker on it. Well, that there is miles ahead of the original, and new firmware, all sorts of crazy things have been changed up on the inside of the drone. I don't want to get too technical today, but we'll do that at a later date as well. But I do want to emphasize the point that if it hasn't got the red sticker, a lot of what we advertise in these videos you will not have with your Poseidon drone. So just be mindful of that. Get in touch with us and we will make sure you have the 2.0 Poseidon Pro Black. Alright, let's get into charging. So here we are. The next part to this video is we're going to show you how to charge your batteries, both the drone batteries, which is this battery here, and also the remote battery, which is this battery here. Now this battery is located obviously in the back of our remote, so you just simply slide that down and that's where your battery is there. So we'll pop this one away, and we'll get you set up with this. So setting up your drone battery, this is your charging unit, and the first part is very self-explanatory. So black and red plugs on the side here, just show you on this camera, and we're going to plug the 2 of these in like so. That's now set to go, and then the final plug is this one here, and that also goes to the drone. Now we'll get into discharging later on as well, but this, when you unplug your yellow XT90 plug, this white one is how you discharge these batteries. So great little thing with the Poseidon drone is you don't have to buy a discharger, and you can look after your lithium batteries. So we'll plug this in for now. So this part just comes into the back of our charging unit here. It's got a nice little clip on it. Make sure that's nice and tight. Set to go. And then the last part, and as like I say, this all comes with your drone unit, so it's all included. The last part is our simple figure 8 plug, and that is on the back. So that goes into here, like so. Plug that into our power. Right, now our charger's lit up, and it comes up with program select, basically lithium voltage battery. So what we're going to do, if you come in here, we're going to hit start. So I've just hit, actually I'll go back. So that's how our charging unit will fire up. We're going to push start, and this is where we start to select our presets for our battery charging. So we want it to say 6S on the top right corner, 8,000 milliamps and 5 amp. So this is the setup we want to be having on our charger. If I change that, that will not charge your battery. Okay, so important to note that if that isn't on the correct settings, it is not going to charge your battery. Alright, so we'll go stop again. Alright, start. There we go. Those are the presets that we want. So I'll just lift that up for you, give you a clear look. Cool. Alright, now the plug-in. So real simple, going to plug that into there. Now with this here, it's really important that you line this up correctly. There are two little notches down the bottom that are matched by the charging unit, so that just comes into the charger like so. Awesome. And then now that I'm all plugged up, that's all ready to go, you simply press and hold start button. Battery is charging. Awesome. So with a full battery, you're looking at that 26.1 volts, and this one's been sitting at optimal charge level. So 24.4 is what it came out of the bag at. So that's a rundown on our drone battery charging system. So yeah, I mean, any questions, fire them in the comment section below and we'll help you out with that. But very straightforward, very straightforward. When this has completed its charging cycle, it will fire off an alarm tone, and it will say full at the top. Once your battery is full, you disconnect it, either charge up the next one, or set it away good to go, ready for your trip tomorrow. Just a note too with our lithium batteries, and this is anything you're using that is lithium, do not your batteries fully charged. Over time that will slowly start to deplete the battery store. Okay, so you want to get the most out of your drone, get the most out of your batteries, store them at half full. Use your discharges, and if you've got any more questions on that, simply look up how to look after lithium batteries, and all sorts of information is out there and available for you. Use your discharger on your charging unit and you'll be good to go. Awesome. So the next part to this video is charging your remote battery, and I was showing you a little bit earlier on, that's located in the back of our remote, and probably the simplest to charge up, to be honest. This was inside our bag within one of the plastic sleeves. This here is just a simple USB mount or plug. This will go, and you'll see, if you get a bit of a close-up on it, you'll see how they kind of fit in together. Just that little notch on the bottom that goes that way. Cool, real simple. That there then plugs into a USB port like so. That can go into a laptop. In my vehicle that we're going to be traveling to the beach in shortly, there's a USB mount there. Some people have it on their radios. And chances are that sometimes can be the one part you forget to charge. So yeah, you can charge it on the way to the beach as well. So yeah, real simple. Most people have spare batteries for their drones. They don't have a spare battery for their remote. So what you can do is, while you're at the beach, fire up the car, plug in your remote, charge it again. So yeah, just a few tips there for your charging and your batteries. I think it's time to pack up and head to the beach. And again, like I said, we're going to now be covering off calibration and making that as simple as possible. All right, so we'll see you at the beach. battery in our drone. Time to set up. Cool. Alright, so here we are. We are now going to do our calibration of the drone, and the kind of order you want to be setting this drone up with is first turning on your remote, second we're going to turn on our drone, and then third of all we'll turn on our app. This app connects using Wi-Fi, so I'm going to make sure my Wi-Fi is turned on, and then yeah, we can begin that process and get our drone calibrated. So here we go. First one, double holding down on both of our power buttons, you'll see that that screen lights up like so. Awesome. And you'll notice on the bottom, don't worry too much about the battery reading on them, but the important part is where it's got a question mark, that is saying that it cannot pick up your drone. So we'll go down here, simple press on our drone, don't need to hold. Cool. And as you'll see up here, as you can see, it's now reading the battery of the drone. Okay, like I said earlier, it's not really an accurate read of what the battery levels are, but it is indicating that that is now connected. The remote and the drone are now talking to each other. So we've got these two turned on, that's reading. Next step is to try and connect up using the Wi-Fi. ID Finch is what we're looking for, you can see that. Cool. Click on him. Awesome. It's just connecting up, and then that'll say connected without Wi-Fi. And I'm going to, because I'm going to use this drone all the time, I'm going to say always connect, like so. And that means now, whenever I turn this on in the future, as soon as I turn on my Wi-Fi, that will connect to the drone. I don't need to go through that process again. So that's an easy little tip right there. And then we're going to look for our app, which is the IDF Tech Go app there, black and blue. Cool. Going to click on that one, and you'll know that it's ready to connect when you see the firmware version down the bottom there underneath app. So that's there, ready to go. I'm now going to press start flying, and you'll know you're connected up when you see what's on the camera live. So that's our drone map underneath the camera, and we're now connected up. Because I've taken my time going through this process, it's already picked up 15 satellites. An important thing, until you have 10 plus satellites, which is indicated in the top right there, until you have over 10 satellites, it won't go green. And if you do not have green, don't fly yet. Okay, so wait for your satellites to collect up over 10. I've seen 24 satellites connected on this this drone in particular. So yeah, that's going to let us know how many satellites we've got going on. Now on this right hand side of the app, this is all of your camera functions. So that's now saved a photo to my phone. If I hit that button up the top there, it is now a recorder, and now I'm recording to my phone. So that's just a quick rundown on how that works. This is the storage of those files, so I can check those off. There's my photo, etc. And that's how our camera sort of features work. Just below that, that's our waypoint record. So if I'm using the waypoint settings, I can see exactly where those points have been recorded there. Up the top here, that's just showing us the battery for our drone. So that's saying 100%, which you would have seen us charging earlier. We've got a full drone ready to fly. And then down this side here, this is where the real cool features come in. So down the bottom, you'll notice we've got our map there, and along this top side, so we've got our auto takeoff up the top here. We've got our return home, our waypoint setting, and our hook release, or our bait drop.
So those are those settings there. We can click in and out of our map like so, back to our camera. Real simple. Down the bottom it's got our speed, our height and our distance, and that's a real basic rundown on what your screen is going to look like in the app. One really important note to mention here actually is up the top there, you'll see that it says GPS, and I'll have the screen recording of this on the screen so you can see it a bit more detail. If that says ATT like this, you are not flying in GPS mode, so you're flying in ATTI mode. So really important that when that says ATT, check these switches. You want all of your switches to be upright at all times, just like your splash drones, like your Condor, all of that sort of stuff. You want to make sure your switches are in the right positions, okay? Now getting into calibration, which is actually why we're here. Up the top here you'll see the settings icon, top right, far right corner. We're going to click on that. Then down the bottom here there's a button that says start calibration. We're going to click on that like so, click and hold, and then I'm going to give this to you, and as I move there should be a loading bar on the screen. Yep, there's two ways you can calibrate this drone. I'm going to show you both of those ways, and then we'll get into why there are those two ways, okay? So here we go, pulling it in tight to myself, and I'm just going to start the spinning. You can either go clockwise or anti-clockwise, sorry, trying to talk to the camera. And I recommend, if you're doing this, just to choose a few spots that you can focus on. I'm choosing the camera today because I don't want to get dizzy. Same sequence again, so we're going to turn on our remote control like so, turn on our drone, wait for that to fire up. I'm going to reset our app as well. Here we go, and we're simply waiting for our firmware to pop up on the top right corner under our app version. And this is me just allowing for all of the systems in the drone to kick in, basically. You can hit start flying now and wait for it to fire up, but I found that giving it time to load everything in, once the firmware's up on the top there, that usually means the app, the remote, the drone are all working in sync. And for me, I want to give it the best chance possible, so I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for that firmware to pop up, and I'm going to start it off that way. The other thing that can cause delay sometimes is your Wi-Fi connecting up as well. So you know there is a little bit of things going on to get your drone all set. Here's our firmware. Start flying. 18 satellites, 100% ready to go. Again, settings, same process, just a different method we're going to do with our calibration. Start calibration. I'm going to hand that over. Right, now this time I'm going to simply spin it around like so. I do recommend doing this without the props on, but hey, we're already set up, so we're just going to do it like so. But just for safety, doing it without the props on is a really good way to go. And this method is recommend this method also for those who are worried that they may get dizzy. Yep, that's completed. Front of the drone facing the water, like so. Grab this, and then yep, once we've done all of that, we've done the calibration process. Remember to turn off your drone. So drone off, remote off. Yep. Turn off our app. Cool. remote on, drone on, turn on our app, and as you can see, it hasn't connected to the Wi-Fi yet, so that's slowly looking for our Wi-Fi, and that'll pop up, and then automatically that should connect. There it is, connecting. Yep, that's connected up, so that's done. And remember, this isn't your Wi-Fi connecting for internet, this is your Wi-Fi connecting to your drone, to your remote, okay? So start flying, and we should have everything fired up. Yep, 18 satellites, good to go. Test flight time. Go down and in. Alright, no one around, good to go. Right, here we go. Now it's going up to its 20 meters, and that should start coming home. I'm going to turn our gimbal down just so I can see directly where it's going to land. Cool. So, I mean, there we go. I'm going to get our first set of baits on. We might as well set out some baits while we go through a little bit more of the detail on the drone. But those are 3 things in this video that we wanted to cover off, and we'll let you know if we catch some fish. Today's video was more so about teaching you how to charge your batteries, calibration process, and going through what to expect on the app and what that looks like, and how you can best use that to your advantages. So yeah, just one thing to note with this drone in particular, the auto fish function is very fast. So what I recommend is, if you're going to use the auto fish function, having somebody on the reel at all times. That just gives you the ability to make sure your line's not going to overrun if you're using electric reels or overhead reels. And it just means as the line's traveling out, because it's going to be going quite quickly, it means you can control that and look after your gear. So this drone is designed to carry a big weight, and if your line gets caught up, it will take your rod with it, okay? So having somebody there able to say, oh, actually slow it down, or whatever the case may be, is a great way to go. And I highly recommend getting to know your drone manually first. Get to know that, so that if any time you need to flick it into manual mode, you can fly that drone with ease. So yeah, that's a real solid breakdown of how to use this drone. If you have any questions, comment below. If there are other things you'd like to see us do on the Poseidon drone in particular in the future, let us know as well. Otherwise, hey, we'll see you soon. Remember, the 2.0, you will only be able to see that it is a 2.0 by the red sticker, but come in and see us at Paul's Fishing Systems, 39A Nielsen Street, Onehunga, and we will look after you. Well, let's get to some fishing. So what happened just then, I was going to fly it out, and I don't know if you could see, but just before it was at the water line, it would stop and it wouldn't go any further. I was like, huh, never had this before. Obviously this drone's brand new out of the box, so it was still in novice mode. And so yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, we're flying our drone. So yeah, just check once you've had a play with it, that novice mode is just, it won't let it go too far away from you. And so once you've got your confidence up, you've done your calibration, you're landing it, all of that sort of stuff, make sure in your settings top right corner to click the novice mode off. What I'm going to do here, because I'm fishing solo, I'm just going to put my thumb on the reel for pressure, and that's just making sure I don't get any overrun. Means I know how fast the line's coming off as well. If I start getting nervous about it, I can slow down the speed like I am now. And what I'm going to do is just knock us back into camera, because I want to see, gimbal down, I want to see where I'm going to drop these baits. So I'm going to keep going out a bit more. About 400 there, and I'm basically just looking for where the watercolor changes. So 500 there. Going to turn our gimbal up, see where I'm heading. Okay, water's starting to get clean now at 700. Now, actually, yeah, I've just seen where the clear line starts on this water. This is beautiful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go a little bit further, gimbal down, and exactly where, so I don't know if you can see that, but exactly where the water color is changing, I'm about to drop my baits. So I'm going to flick this over now, put this back in my rod holder, going to hit bait release. Yep, watching that drop into the water, beautiful. Then I'm going to say return home, and that drone's on its way back. And then I'm just going to tighten this up. So here we go, we've had a couple of good bites on our rod. So far I'm using the Daiwa Tenacom electric reel, and we're only going to do one set today. Like I say, it was more so about getting out and giving you guys the calibration, teaching you the basics to the Poseidon drone. But hey, it looks like we might get a fish as well. I don't know, I'm feeling like I need a bit of exercise, so I might manually wind it in, or I might plug it. We'll see how we go. But yeah, we've got the Tenacom 1000s and Tenacom 750s, Force Masters and Beast Masters in our electric reels from Paul's Fishing Systems, and all of this stuff is available on our website. www.fishingtacklesale.co.nz. So yeah, have a look on there. But yeah, we'll see you again soon, and we'll show you guys what we've had on the end of the line. About these fish here is these wings they've got. Look at that, man. There's a good size gurnard, man. That's that West Coast gurnard right there. Awesome. Oh, we'll put him in the bin. We'll give him the old icky spike, and then we'll carry on. We will carry on. We'll go and do the water test next. As tempting as it is to keep fishing for these, we will stay the mission. We will stay the mission. And oh, it's pretty tempting. No, this is for you. This is for you guys. You better give us a thumbs up on this video, because I'm going to go and we'll go do the water test for you guys next day. Awesome. See you guys at the next location. Do our flight. We're going to do our water test now. So we've done the how to charge your batteries, then we got to the first posi and we did our calibration, 2 different methods of calibration. You just see me do another one again, and now we're gonna fly it out, drop it on the water. Last water test you saw me do, I got really wet and then realized later I didn't need to. I could have just flown it out there. So this time we're gonna just fly it out, drop it on the water, and see if we can lift it back up off the water again. So let's give it a go. First time trying this, so yeah, we'll see how we get on. Here we go, turning it on. Okay. Shut it down. So there we go. Successful landing on the water. Now let's see if we can get it back off again. Turn them on. Yep. Good to go, fam. So there we go. We'll just hit return home. Let it do its thing. This is still the same battery from the prior testing and stuff like that we've been doing. Oh, it's landing on the water because that's where we took off from. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, that is funny. It's landing back on the water. just like that, we have a water tested drone. So yeah, I mean, this one's slightly different to your splash drones. It won't, if you land it upside down on the water, it won't auto correct and then fly off. But there we go, so we landed it on the water. Just a note, if you go to do this and you're wanting to show people that it's waterproof or whatever the case may be, or water resistant, just be mindful that if you turn it off on the water, that is there when then going to be where it lands again. So as we just saw with that test there. So there we go, everyone's been asking us, can you do a water test with it? She lands in the water, she can turn on in the water, and you can fly her off the water. So yeah, that's our day today. We wanted to give you the charging instructions, your calibration, and again, like I say, the key to calibration and calibrating really well with this drone is the tighter the circle. Okay, so you'll notice instead of me holding it out and spinning around, I'm pulling it in nice and tight to my body. That's just so that when I'm rotating, the circle that's moving in is a lot tighter, whereas if I'm out here, then that covers a lot more distance. So yeah, just real tight circle is amazing. If you can't do the spinning because you get a little bit dizzy, understandable, do the rotating with the props off, and just as good. So yeah, that's our Poseidon drone. This is the 2.0 Pro Black, and you'll know it's the 2.0 by the red sticker, like I've been saying, and it's exclusive to Paul's Fishing Systems. So yeah, come in and check them out. Fire away any more questions you have below, or flick us an email, jump on the website, come in and see us in store, and we will hook you up. So that's us. We're going to pack down now. Tempting to go back and catch a few more gurnard, but we'll pack up now, start heading back, and we'll see you guys on the next video.